Listen, this is real talk, man. This is real talk. You can have fake asses, fake titties, plastic surgery. You could be a porn star, right? You could be a correctional officer, a method actor or actress, right? A call girl, a prostitute, dare I say, a pedophile before you became known as a rapper or slash entertainer. Right? You can be all of that in the above. That doesn't matter as long as you make hot music and you put asses in the seats. That's the reality we live in today, family. All that shit aside, it doesn't matter. You can have a ghostwriter, all of that shit. The Mini Lilies of the world back in the day, Millie Vanilli back in the day, having all fake ghostwriters and all that stuff. It doesn't matter in today's age. As long as you're making hot music and putting asses in the seats, that's what the people want. It doesn't matter. So integrity, right, goes out the window. Right? As long as you're making that ass shake or the head bobbing and it makes you feel good while listening to it or watching the show, that's the only thing that matters. And that's exactly what's happening right now with the Nicki Minaj versus Remy Ma beef. Because Nicki Minaj just put out 3 tracks, actually. And this is for an upcoming album she has. Okay? I just heard the track. I'm not going to do a reaction to the track because I'm not trying to play with no copyright strikes on my channel. I'm not doing that no more, family. So I'm just going to give you guys my commentary and my thoughts and review of the song that she did, No Frauds, featuring Drake and Tucci, a.k.a. Lil Wayne. This was a YMCB collaboration. And yeah, I just heard the song. The song was all right. I was bobbing my head a little bit. But before I get into that review, family, if you're watching me for the first time, let me introduce myself. My name is Chauncey, a.k.a. The Black Separatist. On this channel you're watching right now, I talk about counter racism. I also talk about issues that affect black people collectively as a group. And I offer my suggestions on how to replace this broken system of injustice, this broken system of racism, which is white supremacy, with a system of justice. So if you are new and you agree to that ideology, please subscribe to this channel. If you don't agree, subscribe anyway, because I need 2 things to happen. My viewer counts and my subscribers to go up so my message can be widespread about replacing this broken system of injustice with a system of justice. So if you want to hate, watch, and troll, be my guest, because at the end of the day, those types of people are just view counts and statistics. All right, so enough with the promo. I just heard the track, played the track, family, and the song was cool. It was all right. It was cool, man. It's definitely, I'm going to say this, family. I'm going to say this. It's an original song, okay? It's not a traditional... It's an actual song with Nicki Minaj addressing Remy Ma on her verse. She got the hook, 16 bars, and she has her features with Wayne and Drake. It's an actual song, a song that is going on the charts. As a matter of fact, I'm on Nicki Minaj's Instagram page right now, and it indicates, I'll show you on my screen, it indicates No Frauds is the first song. She put it on her channel, and she retweeted it from Pop Crave. No Frauds is the first song by a female rapper to reach the #1 spot on U.S. iTunes since Nicki Minaj's own Anaconda 2014. Hey, again, like I said, family, the song was cool. She addressed, I would say she did it this way. All right. She made a pop song, a pop rap record. That's what it is. It's a pop rap record. Nicki Minaj is a pop rapper. Okay? That's what she is. Of course, we know, at least the real hip hop heads know, that bar for bar, she cannot stand up to Remy Ma. But on the other side of the spectrum, Remy Ma is not going to be able to match Nicki Minaj's, her method of making hit records. All right? Now, in the essence of hip hop, that doesn't really matter. It's about lyrics. It's about bars, right? That's what it's about. But when you're on a different level like Nicki Minaj, and what she does best is make pop records. That's what she does, and that's what she's doing. Okay? She made the pop record No Frauds, and she also came out with 2 other songs. One called Regret in Your Tears and Change It. I have not listened to those tracks as of yet. I'm going to check them out a little later. But like I said, I did hear No Frauds featuring Drake and Lil Wayne. And it's a cool record. You know, it's definitely going to get hits or plays on the radio, stream services, stuff like that. You know, and according to what Nicki Minaj retweeted, No Frauds is the first song by a female rapper to reach the #1 spot on U.S. iTunes since her own Anaconda in 2014. So, again, this is obviously going to be for her new album that's coming out really soon. She hasn't released an album in 3 years. So, this is for a new track. And I've said this previously in my reaction videos before. I said, more than likely, she is going to have some kind of new album coming out. And she may address the Remy Ma situation. And she did with the No Frauds track. Now, she addressed her by specifically she addressed Remy by specifically talking about the 360 deal. She made a couple of other references as well. She denounced that she has a 360 deal and stuff like that. And how Remy slapped somebody or got in a fight over somebody over $1,000, stuff like that. But, you know, based on a record like that, there's so much you can say in that a lot of time or that a lot of bars you were able to take, because she only has her first verse and that's it, and then the rest goes to Drake and Lil Wayne. So she only addressed a minute amount of things that Remy Ma said on a 7-minute diss track. I mean, Remy Ma just annihilated her lyrically on that track. So she didn't address a lot of stuff that Remy Ma talked about. The Safari incident, plastic surgery, right? Stuff like that. There's so much things that Remy Ma addressed that she didn't address on this particular track, No Frauds. And of course, like I said, there's so much you can say within that allotted time frame as being the first verse on that song, with 2 of the verses by Drake and Lil Wayne. You know, so much you can say. But at the end of the day, family, again, we see these women, all right, are on 2 different levels. All right? 2 different levels. A pop rapper versus a battle rapper. And I think Remy is trying to set herself apart from being a battle rapper. She just wants to be an artist. To be honest, she just wants to be an artist and wants to release good music. Low key, and this is just my opinion. Low key, I think Remy Ma is trying to be an artist like a Nicki Minaj in terms of popularity. Okay, she wants more recognition. And let's be honest, you know, Remy Ma has never received this much attention in her career. Based off this diss track she did, Sheether. It's gotten her so much buzz. So because of that buzz, now I believe she's got a battery in her back and she wants to just continue to make good music, quality music, which is why, you know, she actually came out. She did an interview the other day, she did an interview a couple days ago saying she wants to put an end to the beef with Nicki Minaj, and I'll read to you a quote that she said specifically. Quote, "I do not condone or recommend the tearing down of another female," Remy Ma said. "That's not what I do. Anybody that knows me knows that I embrace females. I always want to do some girl-oriented thing. I think we work so much better when we work together and when we help each other. I just don't, especially when I know someone who's come from somewhere like I've come from. When you come from the bottom and you've actually managed to make something of yourself, it just makes me happy. It just makes me all mushy inside. However, in the event that you piss me off," she said, "we become arch enemies. Run for cover." All right. And she further went ahead and said, later in the interview, the Bronx wordsmith did fess up to not being particularly proud of Sheetha. She also explained that she and Nicki could have made equally powerful impact doing a collaboration. Quote, "It just bothers me that this record that I put out, where it's literally picking apart a female, went so viral and every media outlet wants to talk about it and pick it up. I feel like we could have done the same thing working together. I would have liked it so much better that way. I don't regret Sheetha, but I'm not particularly proud of it. I just think it's crazy the way people celebrate women attacking each other as opposed to working together." All right. Then she says, "It's over now." She said, "If she wants to say something cool, but I said what I had to say, and that's really it." All right. So this was, I believe, recorded March the 8th, 2 days before, or I believe Nicki Minaj released the track yesterday. So I'm gonna be honest. This was a methodical tactic by Nicki Minaj. She released that track after Remy Ma did this interview. And you know, Nicki Minaj has a team of people that does all the research, what's going on social media. They knew Remy Ma said this, and they said, you know what, let's release this track right after she said that. That, let me tell you something. That is a great tactic right there. That's a great tactic. I must say so. So I would say this, like I said, as far as the lyrical battle, we know who won. All right. We know there's no way, this is impossible, because Remy Ma annihilated bar for bar Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj can never hang bar for bar versus a Remy Ma. This is no way. However, when it comes to songs, when it comes to discography, when it comes to, you want to look at numbers, right? Charts, sales, because that's what the pop rappers, Drakes of the world, Nicki Minaj's, that's what they cater to. And that's her lane, right? And so any rapper, any upcoming rapper, or any rapper that's been, in the game for a long time, that's the plateau they want to aspire. They want notoriety. They want the fame that comes with it. And they're lying they're lying if they deny that. All right? Even the independent artists, the guys who have been in the game for a long time. The independent artists such as Tech Nine, for those who, really follow independent hip hop and underground hip hop. Tech Nine's been out for a long time, but he's very successful. He has millions of fans, but he does it independently. And Remy Ma is trying to get on that level in terms of her notoriety, because she says she's an independent artist, but as of right now, again, like I said, she has not received this much attention ever in her career. So right now, I believe she just wants to continue to make good music and be the best artist that she can be. And I believe when she says you never know. She may come out with another track, after Sheetha and after another one, because she heard this record. She may come out with another track. You never know. She may not. But I kind of believe her when she says It's over now. If she wants to say something, then cool. But I said what I had to say, and that's it. I believe her. You know, it's a 7-minute diss track that completely obliterates Nicki Minaj. I mean, what else can you say? The track, another one, which is basically it was a, what you would call it? What's what I'm looking for? A lure record. It's more of like like a lure record. Like, I'm trying to get you to say something. Say something else. Say something else. You know, for the lack of better words. So it really didn't live up to the hype of Sheetha, is what I'm saying. So there's really nothing else that you can really say that's going to top Sheetha, really, to tell you the truth. I mean, there's nothing else that you can do. Sheetha goes down in hip hop history as one of the best diss records of all time. Arguably top 5, definitely top 10, and the best female diss record of all time, like I said. But there's really nothing else you can say. And on top of that, because she doesn't own that beat, she can't perform that song live. She can't go on concerts and perform that song. So she can't get paid off that song. Because the beat, she doesn't own rights to that beat. That's a Nas Ether beat and the producer, which I forget his name. And I'm surprised that Nas ain't say nothing about that track either. But, you know, it's a freestyle diss record, you know, on the Nas Ether beat. But she does not own the rights to that track. So therefore, she cannot perform that track live in concert, which is why she wants to continue. Like I said, Remy just wants to continue to make good original music, and that's going to be her lane right there. You know what I'm saying? So I think she does not want to be known as a battle rapper, even though I know she's known as a battle rapper, starting out with Fight Club back in the early 2000s, battling Lady Luck, right? Twice, et cetera, and she was the one that paved the way to all these battle rappers today, the URLs of the world, the King of the Dots, you know, Queen of the Rings, right? All these female battle rappers, you know, that just coming out today. She paved the way, but I think she just wants to transcend her career and just continue to make positive, good music, or just good music in general, and look behind this. That's what I think, in my opinion. So, yeah, like I said, family, the track is called No Frauds. It's a cool track. It's a radio-friendly track. It's a pop record. It's a pop rap record. That's what it is. You know, it's a pop rap record. And it is charting, and according to Nicki Minaj, it's the number one. No Frauds is the number one song by a female rapper to reach number one spot in US iTunes since Anaconda in 2014. So it is what it is, family. It is what it is. So like I said, like I've always said, family, you know, hip hop is right now, it's all inclusive, but we know it's a black culture. We know this. We started this, we created this, but now it's all inclusive. So I talk about these things because hip hop obviously affects black people, right? Regardless of who the top artists are or whatever the case may be, regardless of how you feel about the artist. If, you know, I have a lot of people on my channel who subscribe to me who come from the contest community. Oh, well, you need to talk about black empowerment and stuff like that. Like, you know, even the dudes who talk about black empowerment, and I'm not going to say no names, you know, aren't doing shit for their own damn community. So let's keep it real. You got even the rappers, the so-called contest rappers, aren't doing shit for their community. So, you know, it is what it is, family. But those are my thoughts about the record No Frauds with Nicki Minaj featuring Drake and Lil Wayne. Cool. It was a cool record. It's a hip hop record. And it's a catchy, the hook is catchy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, the hook is catchy. And that's why right now it's a charting song. So it is what it is, family. So if you heard the track, let me know your thoughts about the track No Frauds. Okay. Obviously we know, like I said, lyrically, she cannot match, no way ever in her career, bar for bar, Remy Ma. Impossible. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, family. All right. Until next time, Chauncey, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, aka the Black Separatist, signing out. Peace.